Alright, welcome back to tonight's Sad Reality, and I have the game muted, game music muted, game audio muted, my own music in the background, Undertale. Can't live without it. But I have quite a story for tonight, if you can't tell. And I was gonna pick a game with a little bit of nostalgia for me, because I remember this was one of my first really big idle games back on my phone. I used to relentlessly grind this game, loved it. Uh, but then, much like all great projects, eventually one day it had to die. And that's kind of the story I have to talk about tonight. So, I have this spreadsheet that I've been working on for just shy of a year now, actually. Or more accurately, had a spreadsheet. And, now, the goal with this was kind of just to see what I was able to do within the span of a year. And, how much I'd amount to, how much I'd actually really be able to do, you know? Which I'd hoping was a lot, but there's never really a way of telling that. It's just, well, whatever happens, happens, you know? And that's fine, that's part of life. But, you know, another part of life? So, you ever work on, like, something for the science fair, right? And you're so thrilled about it, it's something you've worked on for so long, and, like, a magnum opus, right? And then, the day before you go to present it, or the day before you bring it in, or while you're bringing it in even, the contraption, device, whatever, absolutely fries itself, or gets destroyed, or a pet decides to, like, do something to it, or who knows, you know? Someone bumps into it, falls over. Maybe you make a hydroelectric generator, you try to bring it into class, and it literally was working the night before, and then it doesn't work when you're in class. It may have happened to me once, back in high school. But this is not that story. Now, where's the crafting menu? That's a better story. Surgery lab. It's the arcane, I remember now. So, the spreadsheet that I've been working on for a while, it was good, but the issue, and I didn't realize this at the time, I wasn't the one hosting it. It was not in my Google Drive. And you think I would think about this, however, while I do like thinking, I do a lot of thinking in my free time, this in fact was not something that I had considered, because I realized that while I was the only one working on it, I thought it was probably just going to be in my Google Drive, and it wasn't, and in fact was not, and that is rather unfortunate, because so my friend was cleaning out his Google Drive last night, and I was going to fill in some of the hours I'd put into just stuff I'd been working on, and it was gone. And he was like, yeah, and he cleared up the trash and everything too, like not just deleting the files temporarily, but truly deleting them afterwards, because you got a whole process you have to go through with Google Drive or most other cloud storage devices. And I was like, oh boy, that sucks for me. And he felt really bad about it, and just, for what it's worth, I don't really care that much. I am mildly obsessive with numbers and all these other things and these projects I have, and at the end of the day, some things are just out of my hands. Some things I can't make better, I can't fix. Some things just go to die, eventually. Also, you can't watch ads because it's Steam, and Steam doesn't let you watch ads, so you gotta use the blade. But yeah, so last night, it was funny because we hadn't talked in, I think, 8 months, this friend, but he basically lent me his Google Drive for the use of my YouTube channel, or the other channel, right? And last night was the first time we talked again, because I was like, hey, what happened to the thing? Because my gut instinct, as soon as it wasn't there, I was like, there's no way I deleted it. Maybe someone else did, hopefully not. And he felt really bad about it. But we talked for the first time in 3 months. Or not 3 months, 8 months, sorry. I know I said 3, maybe I'm clicking 3 of these at a time. I'm trying to do, like, mental math as to how many of these I need to... How many ectoplasms go into this and that, and all that. And it's kind of funny, it was a bit of a... I'm not sure if it was a sad conversation, or really the best way to describe it. No, certainly a conversation. Also, my allergies have been garbage all day, so I apologize if I about to sneeze already. I was kind of hoping to go one video without sneezing or allergies, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like it'll be that way tonight. back my just been really awful today, like extraordinarily bad. Yeah, that conversation kind of went as follows. So, not everything in my world's perfect. Not everything in his world's perfect. And he kind of secluded himself after some stuff happened in our mini friend group. Not that it was anything between him or I, but because other people did things, and a lot of people don't like picking sides, and that's fine. You know, that's life. But to me, the sad part of that is the people who kind of get hurt in the crossfire of dumb things happening, and it's not really in their control, you know? Kind of like having something in a Google Drive deleted. And I'm just like, oh, that sucks. But we talked and talked, and I don't know if that'll really change anything as far as him staying away or whatever, but he's doing alright, and he's happy, even if it's just with, like, 1 or 2 other friends, and not a whole other friend group, you know? I think it's cool sometimes, too, even just to have, like, those 1 or 2 friends that actually do mean a lot, and are real with you. You know, kind of, especially when the rest of the world kind of goes off in their own maddening ways, you know? Maybe that's commentary for another night, though. So, in essence, that was gone, and I was going to make a video talking about just, like, overall productivity, what I learned from being in a team, stuff like that, or learned from lack of being in a team, and does writing down your time actually make you more productive? And because I probably won't be making that video, I feel like I will at least talk about that now. To which the kind of obvious answer is not really. At least not for me. I think it takes a certain personality type, in essence, to really benefit from that. And it's just not, I'm not really that personality type. I love keeping up with metrics and statistics and all that, but I don't really push myself when I know that there's not really a deadline for me to hit. I give other people deadlines, and the irony there is when they did have a deadline, they wouldn't hit it, even knowing there was a deadline for them to hit. So that was kind of, to me, the funniest revelation in all of that. But over the span of the year, the most productive month I had was definitely January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, so September. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's September, but it's the month before October. And that was because last year, I basically I was like, hey, parents, you don't think I can really work a full job or whatever, like, we kind of butted heads for a while. And a big part of that was they're like, we don't think you have work ethic, and we don't think you can do a job, and I don't really know. I don't know. Parents are parents, I guess, but they didn't think I could work a full 40 hours a week and all that, even though, ironically, I think now I work more than both of them. Yeah, my dad works a full, like, 9 to 5 usually, although he plays sports for lunch, and then after lunch, or, like, after work, whatever. So I'm not sure it's a full 8 hours a day. And my mom works whenever she feels like it, basically. So, even though, ironically, I got most of the slack from her, or most of the shade, most of the whatever you want to talk about from her. And so I was like, hey, I've got the spreadsheet. I'm going to prove to you that I can do more than just sit around, and I don't just sit around. I'd like to think that if I did, I'd be kind of bored and depressed, and the reality of that is I feel like I always have to be doing something, and hence why this channel exists, kind of, in some capacity, perhaps to prove myself or others wrong, one or the other. We can't both be right now, right? Can we? That was a sentence. So that was where the spreadsheet came from originally, and then what that turned into was I funneled my YouTube team in it. I was like, hey, if you want to get paid for the stuff that you're doing, well, keep track of it, so I know just how much you're doing, and we can prove it, you know? Granted, I do always have a bit of a sixth sense for knowing what people are going to do before they do it, or the amount of work they're actually putting in. It's not that hard to really guess as well, because you kind of see the outcome, and people follow patterns, and you can kind of see the outcome, or the predicted pattern before it happens. It's like DPS in an idle game, or a predicted number of income that you're getting in an idle game, or whatever. Things are predictable, numbers are numbers. That's not too hard. I was really curious how much time I put into that spreadsheet. And truth be told, a lot of that was literally just to prove them wrong, not necessarily for myself. And I also do realize, to an extent, if I am just by myself or not at a place where I am working, that I'm not super productive, admittedly. And I kind of wish I were more productive. But the spreadsheet did show me that for the amount of time I put into YouTube, I actually put just about triple the amount of time into my actual job uh, as of the past year. So, like starting in November, pretty much of last year. So that was kind of the outcome of it. There's more I'm probably going to talk about later, but I'll leave it at that for now. When that was gone, though, I was like, man, that really sucks that that's the way that is, you know? I understand quitting stuff out and all that, but um, I should have backed it up, obviously. And kind of the plan with having a team on YouTube is I know that so many people have digital fingerprints on everything we've worked with that I assume someone has a backup or had used it or something like that that was recoverable. And, you know, I was kind of right in that regard. I sent a DM to a friend and I was like, hey, do you have a backup of this? And I was like, yeah. And it wasn't really backed up. I mean, it's missing at least 2 months I could verify. Probably 3, 4 months, maybe more. So there's a lot that I'll have to go back and fix, and obviously that won't have my individualized notes for what I did that day and stuff like that. And truth be told, that's fine. I feel like you don't really need a spreadsheet to validate who you are or the time you spent on something, you know? So kind of what I learned from it was, also, I don't know why there's no music in the background, this is pissing me off. There we go. With AirPods, right, you just like double click the button and then music. It skips the song on Spotify, right? It's amazing. So for me, it means less time spent writing everything down. I was pretty sure I was being paid thoroughly, and like all my paychecks seem to add up. I haven't really missed time, and I always wrote that down as well, just to make sure that I actually clocked in and clocked out. And for me, it was kind of peace of mind knowing that I actually did the things I was supposed to do, because there were times where even my coworkers didn't clock in, clock out, and I would double check that for them, and they'd have to go back fix their time. That way they actually get paid properly, you know? It's kind of important, I think. But for me, it's never really been about the money so much as it has been just about doing my job and doing it right. So that's about it for tonight, though. I was really sad that that project went to die, and that's another part of life, you know? I mean, I've had so many video opportunities, video ideas, and in fact, that spreadsheet had so many video ideas on it, I think like 40, that I don't think I'm ever going to be able to recover. And to me, that's probably the most sad part of it, is there are things that I've written down that'll be forgotten. But there's also things that, if they're important enough, I will remember them, and I know they'll kind of move on, you know? With YouTube, it's been a very big sort of battle in my head as to what video I should make next, because there's so many things we could do, you know? Can I play this song in the video? There we go. I was like, if it's Undertale, it's probably fine. If it's anything else, we'll see. I mean, Camellia, and I don't know if Toby Fox is involved in the other soundtrack, but anyways. Gosh, where was I going with that? This is what I get for not writing things down before videos either. Oh yeah, remembering things. The irony. I'm gonna remember the important things, and even just planning 1 or 2 videos out, I'm pretty happy with that, you know? Just knowing at least kind of what's happening next. Now, I write down ideas so that if I don't have ideas, they're there, you know? But even then, if I really just sit down, take a shower for like 10-15 minutes, think real hard, I'll come up with something, you know? That's kind of the beauty of doing something you enjoy. You start to understand that even if you don't write things down, even if you don't remember everything, you're at least happy with that which you're able to do in the moment. So yeah, spreadsheet or not, you know, keep moving forward. And if anyone else has anything like that happen to them, feel bad for you. Definitely can relate to that, especially because that's a year's worth of work, kind of just like, it was there on paper, now it's not. Bit of a tragedy. It's kind of funny too, because I was playing Oxygen Not Included earlier today, so I remember a few days ago I was joking that I was never going to beat that game and get all the achievements. Because I'm trying to do all achievements in one run, which is an absolute nightmare, by the way. You really don't want to do that. I kept having to starve. I think I literally played for like 8 hours today, and every single time I get to about cycle 50, and then people would start starving, and it was a combination of that and then other issues like low oxygen or whatever really basic thing, everyone being sick, and they would like drop the things they were supposed to be eating, or whatever down this massive shaft I've been building for, like, mining excavation, and then everyone would just die, and I'm like, really? It's such a basic thing, they couldn't just, like, hold on to the food, or just move to an area with oxygen. I don't know. So, as far as mini projects go, with those getting destroyed every single time, there's that. And the rest of my day was pretty much dominated by allergies and waking up a little late, honestly. So, thanks for watching tonight's sad reality, such as the reality of my life and all that. I feel like that really kind of pays homage back to the channel. The irony in all of this to me is I can take something that sucks like that, or it's bad, whatever, and make it into a video like this, talk about it, maybe someone relates to it, or maybe there's something to be gained from it. So, on that note, what's the motif? I'm with you in the dark. Probably like way off key. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for watching.